Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. A new season is officially underway. Trey Tucker to return it. A nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it.
Take over first down team at their own 33-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Ready up!
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Come on, set! Ready?
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Connects on one to Jamison Williams. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Go!
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Back-to-back carries here. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Hawk 70!
They kick the running back in motion. Smith in the pistol. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that gives them 1st and goal. Perfect way to start the season as their opening drive has reached goal to go. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go! Check go!
They'll try and punch it in. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The 49ers finish up an excellent opening series. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Rodgers throwing to start it off. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
To the air here on 1st down, Rodgers. Throwing deep for the end zone. Intercepted, but oh, wait. Officials say that he wasn't in bounds. The offense can let out a little sigh of relief. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Throwing once again, Rodgers. That's complete, Cole Kmet. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 28 out of that play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Set. Set.
Hall. And a nice effort there to fight forward for a decent gain. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. 2nd and goal coming up.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1.
Let's go now.
Hall's going to try to smash his way in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and goal. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Jake Elliott's on now to attempt this field goal. It doesn't get much easier than this. The kick by Hopkins is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with a touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
And he mishit this one badly. Short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Ready?
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They give it to him again. And he drives it up past the 45. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Go! Go!
From the gun, Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. 7-3 is our score. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Rodgers here from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
He has it at the 46. And some crafty work on the return gets him all the way down inside the red zone. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him. They'll run here on 1st down. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Back to the well again. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. The rookie from Florida in on that stop.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Into traffic, complete. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas. angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making...
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers now lead by 10. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Javon Hall in there to make the stop.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 42. Someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap to Smith. He put everything he had into this one. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
No!
Running back sent in motion. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. That's caught for the 1st. And they make the tackle at the 38. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 37. Completed to Flowers. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The 49ers pushing for a bigger lead before halftime. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Smith. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Harrison Smith with the INT. And the Seahawks will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
First down, Rodgers. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They give on second to Hall. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. First and 10 from the 41. To throw is Rodgers. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
Man, these guys are sideline mavens. They always seem to know exactly where that boundary is without looking. But he's not quite at that level yet. Lost track of where he was, and he brought it in out of bounds.
Second and 10 now. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
You know, kid, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Now Rodgers on third and short. Able to hit home, complete. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. He's got to gain a 6 there. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. Second and 4. Hits his running back. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Motioning one of the tight ends. Third and 1, now Rodgers. Komet's got it, left side. And this one does not go far.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works. They come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They'll go for it, Rodgers. He finds him beyond the marker. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. They've got a man in motion. Working inside the red zone. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. They'll throw again. Rodgers. He's on the move. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, you're not calling that play expecting a foot race to the end zone. You expect to get a few yards and move on. So getting some good yardage on that one right there, that's a victory for the offense.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And now it's 3rd down.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They kick the running back in motion. Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. Komet brings it in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Let's go.
They start the half with a give to Hall. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 39. Finds his target home. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down throw by Rodgers. Finds him over the middle. Running in the red zone. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks cut into the lead coming out of halftime. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Rodgers trying to throw for it. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, Shaq.
Receiver in motion, going left. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
Second and 13. Completed to his running back. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
That's caught for the first. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Another carry for him. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Give him 3 on that game. And that's a 49er first down.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 38. Chased out to his right. He just throws this one away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, Smith. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go right back to Hall. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's Hall once more. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Ready?
From the shotgun, Rodgers. That throw finds Komet. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Here we go. Set. Set, go.
From the gun, it's Hall. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Rodgers here from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To throw is Rodgers. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks take a 4th quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks take a 4-point lead.
18. 49ers 14.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. Returns looking good so far. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level. They want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Unlock line. Unlock line. Ready, ready.
Handoff on 2nd and short. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Come on.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Caught by his back. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
He's going deep this time. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off a defense at any time.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Go.
Shotgun snap to Smith. This will be caught by Watkins. They gain 14 on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Blown back gets the handoff. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're 1st and 3. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Second down now, 7 to go.
70 Timberwolves. Let's go.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. This throw is cut. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Going ground on 1st and goal. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers losing by 4. Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, set. Ready.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Throwing now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Talk about coming up clutch with that contact on 3rd and goal, partner. And now a decision for this offense to make on 4th down.
We know how hard it can be defensively in these goal-to-go situations. We know that you have got to be on point, every attention to detail. That's a job well done by that defense.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Let's go now.
To throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand.
I'm going to guess a little deal was cut there by these pass rushers in the huddle. You guys in the secondary, just buy us a little time. We don't need perfect coverage. Just tighten things up so we can get home. And boy, did they ever in a big moment.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Ready. Go.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Able to hit home. Complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Back to throw. Looking slant route, complete. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Okay, ready?
3rd and a lone yard coming up. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Seahawks take this one on the road. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Seahawks winners, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.